I know how you Bonney people are. You're a Bonney addict. If you're watching this video, you probably already know how to build Bonney. You probably already know how to play Bonney. You just want to hear somebody talk about Bonney. So here is Bonney. When opponent attacks once per turn, tap one Dawn, rest one of your opponent's leaders or characters. Super simple, to the point. This is a top 4 list, I believe, from the core TCG regionals. That was won by the Blue Purple Luffy that we did a video on like 3 days. Captain Kid. 4 of the Hody Jones, only 2 of the zero cost event because we're not running all the bricks we usually are. We're not running like Hawkins or any of those guys. All of these are, counter. I mean, you have 3 of this Hawkins, which is just set one of your Dawn as active and a 2k counter. Your Rouge, that's a Dawn as active and it's a 1k. 4 of the TCG, which is just anti-removal. Cabone Beige, which is just a draw 1, trash 1, helping us filter out all of these if there's too many of them. We have 4 of the Scratchman Apu, so we're running 11 total 2k counters. It looks like 4 Apu, 4 TCG, and 3 of the Hawkins. We're running, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total blockers. Is my math right? That's a lot of blockers, as usual, as you usually do with Bonney. We're running 4 of the Carrot to free 7 cost or lower characters, 4 of the Cavendish to restand 2 Dawn, 4 of the Bonney Searcher for some strong consistency, and of course 4 of the Rosinante. Now, this list is specifically not playing the 2-cost Kid and Killer, which is really interesting to me because I think that card's really good. I mean, I like it just as much as this Bonney right here, which obviously this Bonney can be set up behind Kid and continue to search cards throughout a very long time. But for me personally, when you look at this Kid Killer, let's talk about that real quick. Kid and Killer. Now, where is it at? Right here. On opponent's attack, you may trash this card, set one of your Dawn as active. So for me, I can drop this on 9 and still get my Dawn active. I don't have to worry about Hawkins. I don't have to worry about your Rouge. But hey, maybe they just rely so heavily on these 2, or they just play off curve, or they rely on Cavendish. Because, to be fair, 11 options to restand Dawn or to have extra Dawn is really strong. Now, we also aren't playing the Smoker, which is a 5/7 with Banish, which, I get why. Usually, when you're playing into the meta, you just want to swing straight 7. You want to swing 7, force 2 cards. Swing 7, force 2 cards. Well, now you have to put Dawn on the Smoker to actually do anything, because you have to swing 8 into a Blue-Purple Luffy, and the Blue-Purple Luffy will just be like, Banish, you got it. All right, draw 2 cards. So it doesn't do as much in the format. So we're not playing the Smoker. The Carrot still being really strong to most other decks other than Blue Purple Luffy. Obviously, the Zoro just is amazing in general. The Shanks just KOing any character is amazing. Kid, Chef's Kiss, I love this card so much. And then the Hody Jones, of course, to finish any game that we are in. Resting 2 blockers, Dawn characters. I wish it would put me to rest, man. I'm tired. So this is going to be Bonney. This is the deck profile we're rocking with today. A top 4. It has to be a good deck list. It has to be a great player and a good deck list. So let's get into some games on the sim and see how we do with the new Bonney deck list. I'm not going to lie. I want to know what this red Purple Uta is cooking up over here. So that's why we chose this game first. Our opponent chooses to take first. So we're going to keep this hand. I don't think they may be removal based. This is definitely a removal based matchup here. Because, they lower our power. So, at least they're doing something out here. That's just what I'm guessing. I don't really know. I'm just a boy. They could do their leader effect, technically, make our character into a negative something power, and then swing him with Buena Vista. Wouldn't that be fun? Let's see if that's what they choose to do here. We're going to look at the top 5 and grab another Bonney, because that's all we can grab here. And then we're just going to pass our turn. Simple, easy. We already have our Cavendish. We already have our Rouge. We're just missing some top end. So, we have plenty of ways to search it. We can search for Kid, can't search for Hody, can't search for Shanks, can't search for anything else. I don't think there's anything else after that. We're not even running 10-cost Dofi anymore. So they tap 4 to play, or tap 1 to play Uta. Look at the top 5, grab Red-Haired Pirates. Grabbing the new 6-cost promo Shanks, which gives one of your opponents minus 1,000, draw 1, trash 1, or trash 1, draw 1 when attacking. It's a good filter, minus a character, swings in for 8. It's pretty good. When you put a Dawn on it, it swings in for 8. Now it also has a 1k counter. I actually really like this card. I don't even know where you get it from. They are going to go 1 into 1. Yeah, I guess I just let that go at that point. I don't see a world where I don't just let that go. Maybe they swing in at us first for 6, and then they discard a card, ramp a Dawn, and give it minus 2,000, so now it's 0. Now they're going 1 into -1, which would be a 2k, 1k. We're going to go ahead and take this, and then they're going to KO our character. We do not care. We do not care. We could easily counter out 2 and 1, but we're not going to play it next turn anyway. So I was not planning on using it, not really stressed about it. We're going to go do a little 5 poke in the face. I was going back and forth about it, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. I was going back and forth about it because I think they will take this. I kind of don't want them to take this. I don't want to give them any cards in hand because they trash cards with their own leader ability, which I think is the downfall of this leader. Any leader that really has to trash card, if you don't have like strong cycle like Buggy, it puts you in a very tough spot. So I think we're doing pretty good. Hey, look at this. Right here. Right here. You see this cat? Tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle. We tickled Petunia. All right. So it looks like we're going to rush them down this game. We're going to pass turn, restand it on, and our leader effect is active. We're going to rest down this Uta. She is so cute. Can we just talk about that? That cat back there is so cute. Petunia, we see you out there, girl. We see what you're doing. We're so proud of you. Me and the One Piece family out here. All right, so they dropped the Ein. Ein does not have counter, so that's pretty good. It does add 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck as rested. They're at 6 Dawn already. Pretty strong. If they had like dual, I mean, if they tap 4 right now for a Bon Clay and then leader effect, or 4 for an Ein, get a rested Dawn. Now they can leader effect, swing in for 7. We would rest the Ein here, which is going to be pretty good because they played out Ein first. They should have done the other, they should have swung first. But it is what it is. We're going to rest down the Ein. Nice and easy. Any day now. They are going to rest. Now they're going to go to 8. Next turn, they're guaranteed to go to 10 here. We're going to rest down the 9 we just talked about. Did we even counter? No, we're just going to take again. I ain't scared of nothing. We got a 9-drop Shanks for later. I'm going to freeze down the Ein for sure. We could go Cavendish into a blocker, especially with them going into 10. I mean, we could go Cavendish into Rosinante, swing 6 at the Ein. Because, I mean, we could lock down the Ein, but they only have 1 blocker right now, so the like 1 attacker. So they're going to swing with their leader first. If they do things correctly, they're going to swing their leader first, then play a 10-drop Shanks. So for us, if they do things correctly, they're only going to have 1 attack anyway. So is it worth not getting the Cavendish out now and freezing it when it's only going to be 1 attack? It makes the most sense to go ahead and play out Cavendish. So we swing in for 6 at face to start because we're going to be freezing down this character anyways. This is just the way that it makes the most sense. So when you look at it that way, I hope that makes Bonney make a little more sense to you. Because you get to rest down the character. Now, we could have done it for late game. Maybe it would have done a little more. We could have played on the Searcher, but it's not going to do too much for us at this point. We're going to go ahead and restand it Dawn. Our leader effect's active. We have 2 blockers. We have the Cavendish. They could go 10-drop removal. Character's not rested. A TCG would be nice, but we have not seen one, and it's not searchable in the deck. So you kind of just get it when you get it. We have all the 9 drops we need. We're going into 8 Dawn next turn, though, so we could Hoodie Jones if need be. We do have the blockers to be safe and do that. Save our life, basically. Now, next turn, we can also Carrot, so we could go 5 for Carrot here, which would be all 5 Dawn you see. We'll have 2 additional Dawn, swing in for 6 into a body, restand 2, play out a Searcher, look at the top of the deck, and we could actually double Searcher. We could go 5-5. They have KO Shanks. They do pop our Cavendish. That's kind of annoying. But just like I said, they go 5 and 5. There's no other math to it. That's actually really good for us. We also have 9-drop Shanks on curve of when they swing. So here's where we leader effects, rest their character, and then we'll give them 1 of the Bonnies. And now is where we rest down the Ein. I hope that makes sense for you guys. Now is definitely where we rest down Ein. So we're going to go 6 into face again. We're getting so much utility out of this Yarouge. Because that leaves us 2 and 5, so 5 and then 1, 2. I think that's the best math there. We can go ahead and hit... I mean, we could go 6 and Ein and just force cards out. Nah, we just give them a card in hand. They are going to take this, which is totally fine with us. We are totally A-okay with them taking this. We could even swing again. We're actually going to swing the Yarouge this time, I think. Just to force a card out. I think that makes the most sense. Did we do things out of order? Yes. We're going to freeze the Ein, we're going to search, and then we're going to grab a Scratchman of Poo to grab another 2k counter. 2 of our Trishigis just went to the bottom, which does suck, but hey, it is what it is. We're going to restand at Dawn, and now we shouldn't need Yarouge, because we're going to 10 Dawn. We're going to play 9-drop Shanks and KO this 10-12 Shanks over here. It's going to be really nice for us. So we're playing it just on curve. We won't be able to KO the other Shanks they're about to play down. The other Shanks probably KOing the Carrot if they play another 10 KO Shanks. If they play a 10 Rush Shanks, they are more than likely going to go 2 here. But they have to do things in the right order. Because sometimes, I've done this myself, okay? When you go against Bonney, sometimes you just swing 2, and then you leader effect down the 12. And then it just feels miserable. As the Bonney player, it feels really, really good. As the other player, it feels really, really bad. So, we're sitting on 4k counter in hand. Not that much. Not that much. We have 2 of the KO Shanks. Yep, see? Boom. Now we leader effect, rest down this. We're going to let the Yarouge go because we don't need him. No reason to save it. The Rosinante is going to do so much more for us. And this is where we take the game back. They are going to play another 10-drop. Could be Goldie Roger, could be... Oh, they're going Uta. Interesting. Uta for 2 Dawn. They could go Silver's Rayleigh for 8. Are they playing Silver's Rayleigh in a deck like this? I mean, I would. A red deck with anything is going to be good for Silver's Rayleigh. Because then they could go -3, -2, swing 0, swing 2. Either way, I mean, you're going to get it pretty easily. 5 into me? 5 and 6? Whoa. I think we're just going to take one and then counter the next one. This is interessante. What are they doing now? 5 for what? Another Ein? I guess just to put a body on the board makes sense to me. All right. So we know we're going to 9-drop Shanks here. We know that for sure. So we're not going to be able to search because we want to be able to rest a character. So I guess we just go... I think we just go 5 into Uta to start. Then we're going to swing 6 into face, freeze the other Ein. Because like, I don't want to give them more cards in the hand at the moment. I don't want to give them more options, more big bodies to play down. We have all the removal we need. Now we can go ahead and go 6 in a face, freeze the Ein, and then we'll have... It would be nice to have this Yarouge right now to be able to search, but we don't need to search. KO the Shanks, and then pass. Nice and easy. We're getting a lot more counter now, so at least now we're up to, what, 7k counter with only 3 bricks. We have another 9-drop Shanks, so if they play another 10-drop Shanks here, we'll be able to play a 9-drop of our own, probably the 9-drop Zoro, and then 9-drop Shanks their character next turn. A really good spot. We may rest down the blocker this turn just to put on enough pressure to be like, hey, you have to block up. So it depends on how they swing, because, I mean, if they put down a big body, if we just rest on the blocker, I mean, and they have no blocker, we kind of just swing 11 and see if they block out. If they don't block out, we go 5 and then 16. It's just GG's at that point. I mean, I like that idea, I'm not going to lie. Just get the blocker out of the way. We could stop one more attack, but we have the counter for another attack. It's like, okay, hit me. Hit me. Ooh, 7k leader is totally different now. This is really nice for our opponent. Our opponent did make the correct play. I like what you did there. I like what you're cooking up here, Bal. I like it. I like it a lot. We have blockers, though. We have Hody. We can rest their Dawn. We did see them leave up 1 Dawn on this last turn, so there could be some reason for that. They could be holding up a 1-cost counter event like Radical Beam, Divine Departure, another one. I don't really know. We could go ahead and rest down the Shanks as well. We could rest down the attacker. We could rest down the Shanks and just pop it now. Let's go... Oh, yeah, let's rest Shanks and then go 2k, 2k. Just to get out of this attack. Now they could swing 7 into it. Because they were expecting us to rest down the Ein. See? They just quit. They just quit. They knew it was about to happen. They knew it was going to happen. They're going to swing 5 into us. We're going to counter out of that. We're going to 9-drop Shanks, KO the character, freeze the Ein with this character. We're going to swing into the Ein. We're going to swing into the Ein. They can't counter out with the Divine Departures. It goes bye-bye. They only put a 9-drop Shanks. They have 2 cards in hand, which are 2 Divine Departures and a 2k counter. Because they have 3 cards then. I guess that's quick math for you. And we're really safe. So they saw what we were trying to do. GG's to our opponent. We're on to the next one. Calgara. I love this deck. It's really fun to play. If you guys want an updated Calgara list for what set are we in? OP11? If we're in OP11, let me know. We're going to mulligan that hand so quickly. What the 2K? What the 2K counter? What the 2K counter are we doing over here? Play this and pass. Not too much else to do. Our opponent chose to go first, which is really interesting. I usually like to go second with Calgara personally, but hey, everybody plays it different. So going second, I mean, you can leader effect really early. What are they going to... Just swing 7? Yeah, I'll take it. No trigger. Nice. Nice and easy. They played on Rocky. Rocky is not going to be too much of a problem for us. We're going to go, I guess, 6 in a face. I'm not worried about resting... I mean, I could rest down Rocky, I guess. But I don't think I'm really worried about resting down Rocky. I think I'm just going to go Tashigi Pass. They don't run removal, but they could play the 4-cost removal event. Now they're going to cheat out, Wiper. We're going to not have a leader effect, because we never do. So they're just going to swing 6 at us. I think we're going to counter with the 2K, because this is a very aggressive deck now. After this, I think we start to counter a little more aggressively. We do have the 9-drop Zoro, though, to give us something to play down later. Oh, that's how we feel. That's what we're doing now. All right, good to know here. Good to know out here in the streets. We're going to go ahead and Cavendish, and then swing in for 7 at our opponent. Yep, 7 in the face here. They're going to block, and we're going to use this. So we're going to rest down their Calgara leader. Perfect. See, now they know we could have rested down their Calgara leader. We're going to go in 2K out of this attack to try to stay safe. They're going to swing 5 into us. We are going to... They're going to swing 5 and then 7, so we're going to have to counter this one, or we'd have to give them 2 cards, because now they're going to go 7. Oh, they're going to go 6. We're going to take that anyways, and then we are going to play the Mont Block Noland. Another Calgara. Interessante, amigo. We're going to freeze down the Wiper. We're going to go 7 into Holly. Try to get a couple cards out of hand. And double Calgara is really annoying. And then we're going to go 8 into Ohm. And that should get the cards out of hand there then. Yep, 0 cost event. So telling us they may be bricked up or they may have just a lot of counter that they want to keep. We're going to leave our 1 Dawn active. And then we have Hody Jones and now 9 drop. We're going to go and rest down the other one. And I honestly think we just give this up. At this point, I think they're just going to attack it a little too much for us. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We should have let that go, by the way. So if this is the game, the game making mistake, yeah, we're going to have to let that go. Not going to give them our blocker and all the cards in our hand. Freaking sucks. But it was exactly as I expected. It's kind of what I told you. I was like, we should let this go. But I wanted to tempt fate. I wanted to see what would happen. And we saw what would happen pretty quickly. So we're going to swing 5 in Ohm. I'm not going to let them take a life. We're going to swing 6 and then freeze down a Calgara. We're going to drop a 9 drop and pass to our opponent. It's basically just saying, hey, if you don't get down a blocker, I am going to beat you if you cannot beat me this turn. They're going to swing 9 into us. We're going to rest down their biggest body, and we're going to take this attack because we have to. We're going to sit on another 9k counter. Let's see how smart our opponent is. Let's see how intelligent our opponent may be. Because if you just go, 9 again, and then we take, and then you go, 10, 8 into carrot. They have some way to survive? Well, we just have to let this go. Man, I understand we have the blocker out. I guess they have blockers. They're going to play a Sanji and a Rocky. You jerk. 7? Well, I'm going to 2k, 1k here. I think I'm going to take this. So 7. I think we go 5 into face here. Then we go 8 into face. And then we're going to go 9, 9, 9. Ooh, draw 2 trash one. That's pretty good for our opponent. We're going to go ahead and swing 9, restand. It's just going to be 999. So we have to have all 3 of these hit. We're cooked. We are cooked. Is this game? I think they beat us. That's 3k counter. And they get to play an upper yard, reveal a Satori 2k, and that gets them out. And they already had a 2k in hand. Well, hey, GG's. We could have maybe not done the Hody because we needed to get perfect, kills there. But GG's to our opponent. They had plenty of counter. The 3 into the 2. I'm trying to think if we did go all out with Zoro. We'd have to hit 4 attacks, though. Is the only issue. So if we had the math is so hard. There's basically just no way for us to win that. It felt like they got the perfect aggressive pool with the double Calgaras. We couldn't put enough pressure on early. Yeah, that was a tough one altogether. GG's. On to the next one with the Bonney. Calgara's fun. Dude, we need to do a new Calgara video. I guess we'll check out this Yamato matchup real quick. Just see how we doing into this one. And then we'll call it a day. You know how we do it, 3 games on the channel and call it a day. It is what it is. Mulligan. I like it and I don't. 8-drop kid, I love it though. I love it. Genuinely makes me very, very happy. Our opponent chooses to go first as they usually do. We're going to go ahead and go. This is going to be a very hot take, but we're going to take and look at the top 5. We're going to go and grab a 2k counter because we can't search any of this top end here. So we need literally all of these cards. So if we could just add them all to the top of our deck, that'd be nice. Obviously we can't do that. We're just going to pass there. So this puts our opponent in the position where you choose to either take out our searcher or we get a ton of value out of this searcher. Just playing out a blocker next turn, searching, whatever we want to do. Because next turn, we can just play out Rosinante and search if they don't want to go for our blocker. Or they swing 8 at us, we draw 2 more cards. They don't have a way to control our hand size. It's going to put us in a really good spot. It's like, do your worst. Make your decision. See, now we get to draw 2 cards and we get to search again. So that gives us a ton of value here. So now we get to search again, grab the Cavendish. And then we're going to be able to search again and grab another Bonney. We're not going to need another 8-drop kid at this point. We're going to go 5 at our opponent. Now we have 10 cards in hand this early in the game and pass to our opponent. So this is really chef's kiss. If they want to swing 10 at us, I will go down to 1 life. Oh, you're awake now, Petunia? We're 3 videos in today and now you want to wake up, big girl? All right, 6 into us. We are going to just give them a 2k counter because there's no reason to just take it. It's not worth just taking. They're going to play down a Ryuma. Whoa, interessante. We're going to go here. We're going to swing 5. We probably should have swung 5 first if we were intelligent. And then we're going to play down a blocker. How many cards would we need rested? Oh, look at this. We're going to get a draw two trash one. We don't need the Rosinante right now to save any rested characters. We're not going to have any rested characters. So now we play beige because that'll rest 2 Dawn and the leader's rested. Draw and then trash. Are we going to need Shanks in this matchup? Doesn't hurt to have the top end. Get rid of a 1k counter Rouge. Just a blocker. We have our blockers here. We have our searchers here. We have our 2K there. Makes sense to me. All right, pass. Nice and easy. We're going to put our top end over here. 2Ks, blockers, utility. Nice. I like it. I like it. So now they're at 9 cards, but they're going to swing 7 at us. We are going to start with the leader effect, rest down Ryuma. And I think we're just going to little 2K, 1K, because I don't need double Cavendish here. That'd be a little much. They're going to tap 5 for what? What are you doing for 5 over here? Nami. Ooh, what in the list is this? Yamato. This is really interesting. I mean, I'm vibing with it, but it's just weird. Very weird. We're going to go ahead and search the top 5 first to see what we want to do. We're going to grab a Scratchman, a Pooh. We're going to go 2, right? We need to leave 1 up for a leader. So we could go Rouge and swing 6. I'm down to do that, actually. So swing 6 at our... Should have swung 6 this Ryuma first. I think we're just going to swing 6 at our opponent then. 6 at you. And if we had the TCG out earlier, that would have been nice. They counter. We're going to go 4, 2, restand 1. We're going to give them 1 blocker, I think, this turn, depending on how they choose to play. They have a really weird list altogether. Really weird list. Yamato, Yamato, Yamato. I'm expecting a Fortress build Yamato. They're making one of their characters big, and then they're resting a... Okay. To rest one of your opponent's characters? Okay. You're going to rest your Rouge? Was that the misplay of the Sentry? Why did they not bump up the Nami? I guess it doesn't matter which one you rest, because I'm just going to rest whichever character, so it doesn't really matter. Now they're going to Blaze Slice. If your opponent has 2 or less life cards, rest up to... Yeah? Okay. So we needed to have 1 less life first, and then they could have rested one of our characters. Oh, now they're just going to swing 9. Okay. Cool. We're going to leader effect, block, resolve. Now what? GG's. Hey, that was a quick one. Haha. I guess we're playing one more game. Yamato. Oh, yeah. That was an easy match, man. I'm telling you, that's just how you play it. Force them into getting rid of your searchers here, like the Bonney. Because if they don't, I mean, come on now. What are you going to do? GG's. One more game for the boys, because we did 3 games. They were actually pretty quick. Bonney games are normally like 30 minutes, so hey, I'm happy about it. One more game. This is like the OP11 meta is live. Reiju versus Bonney. I did this matchup way too many times back in the day. Screw RP Law. That's all I got to say. But Bonney was fun to play. Reiju, really, really fun deck. Into this matchup, I don't think we really need any of these, honestly. I just found out I have a splinter in my finger. That freaking hurts. I think we're going to mulligan that hand all day. Now we got Rosinante. Not really much going on there. Trying to get the splinter out of my finger while we play this game. They play the German Kingdom stage. They discard an Ichiji. They draw a Reiju. And they're probably just going to pass at that. Probably nothing else to play. We're going to swing 5 at our opponent and then play down the Rosinante. I don't think it'd be smart to play out anything if I was them. Just because we can rest it down in the next turn. I guess it doesn't matter if it's a 1 cost. But I don't know what 1 cost you'd want to play this early as a Reiju player. Unless you had some kind of blocker. Oh, they have the Sanji. I guess that makes sense. Sanji makes sense. It does. I'm not going to lie. They grab the Reiju, and we're just going to go 5 at their face. They may take this early, because, I mean, they are at 4 life, because we also don't play a late game, so I think it's a good... I take aggressively against Bonney, because I know they're not going to be able to rush me down. Like, I can rush them down, especially playing Reiju, and knowing that they need to play board control more than anything. Not that Reiju does, but that Bonney needs to play board control more than anything. So we'll see how this goes. They are going to trash the Reiju, grab a Niji. We know they can play the Reiju. They could go with Niji this turn just to go ahead and KO our character on the board. Get the Rosinante out of the way now. Pretty smart. They could be playing the Gamma Knife as well, which will basically just destroy our Eustace Captain Kidd if we get to get that down later. Big winner, I think, in this matchup is actually going to be, depending on if they have Red Rock or not, because that 9-cost Zoro looks pretty freaking good. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The 9-cost Zoro looks really good right now. If I can get that down, I mean, what can they do against it, you know? Today we're going to be playing green Zoro. I've already told you. My other video I was editing. Don't go off. Okay, you could probably hear that for a second. They're going to Reiju, Dawn -1, Reiju. I don't know what they want to do with that. I'm going to take. We already have our carrot to play down, so we're in a pretty good spot. I wasn't going to rest down the Reiju because, I mean, they're just going to play out Reiju anyways, so what does it matter? The issue is they have to play it from hand to draw the 2, and they did play it from hand, so they did things correctly, I guess. Did they play from trash? I think they drew 1 for the Reiju, not for anything else. That's interesting. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just a boy. I think we're not going to have any Dawn rested this turn, so we're just going to swing 5 into Sanji, and I think they're just going to give that to us. We're going to play 5 for this, not freezing anything down, and pass. I guess we could have gone 5 into face, but I don't care if they have a big hand size at this point, because, I mean, they're just going to draw cards anyways from their leader effect and from the Reiju. So why am I going to sit here and stress their hand size then? They're going to leader. They use the stage. They drop the Niji. They grab an Ichiji. Now they have the options they need. Ichiji is going to be really good, but we're going to be able to remove it pretty soon. Still not there yet, but it would be nice to get there soon. I ain't going to lie to you. It would be nice because we could stop this Reiju attack, but it looks like we're going to take on a lot of head-on aggression. So it's going to be probably 6, which we counter out of, 6, which we take, and then 7, which we counter out of with one of these. Sounds like a plan to me. Sounds like a plan to me. All right, now they play that on that Ichiji we were just talking about. They are going to Dawn -1, play out Ichiji. Going to give a character -2,000. Doesn't really matter which character because they're not going to be able to hit the character. They're going to swing 6. Like I said, I think they're going to go 6, 6, 7. They could go 5, 7, 7. Either way, we're going to give them a 2K for the 5, 0 cost event for the 7, and then take one of the 7. So this is going to lock down the Ichiji. We're going to try to get rid of the Reiju. Shanji. Interessante. I like it. I like it a lot. Hey. It is what it is. We're going to go ahead and they're going to grab a Reiju for the next turn to get another Reiju out. So they're going to go 6. We're going to take, and then we're going to 0 cost event. Well, now we're going to 2K. Now we're going to 0 cost event. 0 Shanks. I don't think we're going to need Shanks in this matchup. All right, now let's look at what we're going to do because we know we're going to Cavendish for 5, right? That's going to get us 2 Dawn back, so we're going to have 4 Dawn. So we can swing 5, 7, Rosinante, Cavendish, 5. And then next turn we Zoro. The big thing is just keeping Cavendish alive is all that matters. So we're going to go 5 and 7 into the body. That should get 1 card out of hand and the blocker off the board. Removing the blocker is going to be nice for later. We're going to have 2 blockers as well just to help us to make sure the Ichiji doesn't remove our carrot. Unless they play another Ichiji, which is going to be their, kind of goal. We'll have an extra Dawn to rest down one of their characters, which will be nice. So that's going to be a 7. Freeze the Ichiji. And that should just be the blocker. Should just be the blocker here every single time. Yep, now we're going to Cavendish, we're going to Rosinante, and then we're going to pass. So we get to freeze the Ichiji. They'd have to play another Ichiji to really get anywhere. And if they play another Ichiji, they won't be able to swing first. So they'll be able to Ichiji, swing Ichiji, minus us down, we block, rest down one of their attacks, then we block out of the other attack. We could keep the carrot and the Cavendish, freeze down another Ichiji, try to go for the Ichiji, or try to go for face. Because then we could 9-drop Shanks, KO one of the Ichijis, freeze one of the Ichijis. Actually, that sounds like a pretty good time. I'm not going to lie. I think we got this. Now, are we in the perfect position? No. Are we in a good position? They discard an Ichiji, grab a Reiju. They're going to be able to draw more cards. We already know they have another Reiju in the trash. They have a Niji in the trash. They got options. To say the least, they got options. Oh, they black bug our Cavendish. That was not something I was expecting, but it bottom decks a 5 cost lower. I probably would have hit the carrot. Personally, would have probably hit the carrot, but I get where they're coming from. They're going to Niji to KO one of the Rosinantes. Makes sense to me. So that'll pop one of the blockers. Now they're only going to be able to swing 5 once, and we're going to take that. So we're going to use the card action, rest down. Because if we played on 9 Shanks, KO Ichiji, could just block out of the next attack. Is that too greedy? Because then we would freeze this. Then we still have to deal with this. So I guess we freeze down the leader. I think we just take. Okay. We'll see what happens there. We'll see what happens now. 8-drop Kid is definitely not horrible, but we don't really have the setup for it. Yeah, we just don't have the setup for Kid. We don't have any counter either. So we know we're going to 9-drop Shanks here, which does suck because we won't have any Dawn for leader effect. 5 at face. I think we need to put on pressure. We'll freeze the Reiju and then pass. I think that's about the best we have right now. It's about the best we got. They grab another Ichiji, so they're going to be able to do Ichiji again. They already had another Ichiji in trash, so I didn't feel bad. They have 3 Ichijis in trash, so I knew I could KO it. That's going to be 4 of their Dawn. They're going to have 4 additional Dawn. They're going to Ichiji first, which is interesting. We know they're going to remove carrot for sure. They're going to double Ichiji here. Holy crap. That sucks. That freaking sucks. Now they could, they could literally swing 2 into it. Oh, we don't even have our leader effect. That sucks. That freaking sucks. Now we're going to force their leader attack into it. Just so we don't die. And then we're going to have to go for game. 5. They don't have any more Dawn, so we're just going to have to let that go. And then we're going to have to take, block. Take, wow. Take, wow. Block, wow. I legit think this is how we have to end the game. Because they just showed us so many Ichijis here. So I think we're going to go 11 into 7. Try to force all these cards out. And then we're going to go with the 8-drop Kid. I don't need a blocker. If they're smart, they'll know how to get out of it. We've already shown them the way. But I think this is the only way we just don't die. like right now. They let it go. We go 1 Dawn, rest, choose no targets, pass. We don't even need a blocker. Who needs blockers? Who needs them? Who needs them? Yeah, it's pretty tough. I ain't gonna lie. Couldn't even have the Gamma Knife in hand and just really destroy us. Actually, I think this is just game over. Actually, I think this is just game over. Things haven't changed. Reiju's still really good in the Bonney. Things haven't changed. Trash Judge, they look at the top 3, they grab a Sora. They're going to tap 1 for Sora to get another Ichiji, lower the cost of Kid. And that's going to be game. Oh, they already had an Ichiji. So now they just Ichiji into Ichiji. Minus this by 2. And then they're going to swing 7 into 6. We're going to give them a 2k counter. And then rest their other Ichiji. Unless they go 8. Oh, they Gum Lightning. Dom minus 2, KO a character with 6,000 power or less. So they just pop the Kid. And then they should just swing 9. Or you could go 5, 6, 7, 9. Or I guess you could go 5, 5, 9, 6, 9. 5, 5, 6, 9. Could go 5, 6, 6. They just go 9. Yep. GG's. GG's to our opponent. They had all the counter they needed, but they had all bricks in life. Oh my gosh. Dude, we could have actually maybe won that if we would have gone in for the Hody. Ain't no way, because we'd have to hit. All 3 of these attacks would have had to hit. So it would have been 8, 2k, 2k, 8, take, and then 11, take. Yeah. We could have technically tried to go for it, but we wouldn't have won for sure. So, GG's to our opponent. On to the... Well, I guess that's the last game. Hey, that was the last game. Thank you guys for watching this Bonney. That was the top 4 from the core TCG regional finals thing, whatever. Really fun deck list there. Is it perfect? Not to me, but that's just me. I don't play Bonney. I'm not a Bonney person anymore. Back in my day, I was. Like, back when I first started playing One Piece, Bonney was really fun. It's really easy to get into the game with Bonney, but I think there's just... It's not consistent enough. It bricks up a lot, and those are kind of some of the key issues with Bonney right now, and I think it's still having the same issues, even with the new builds. It has a lot of unsearchable top-ends, so you don't get to play your big bodies. Like, I can't search Shanks when I need it, I can't search Hody when I need it, and I can't search, what's the other one? I can search Kid. I think there's one other that I'm missing that you just can't search. You can't search any of your big bodies, so that kind of sucks. Other than that, I mean, it is a fun deck list. It's a fun deck altogether, and a great way to get your friends into the game, so if you're looking for new friends to, play with, give them Bonney, just say, hey, try this, and that's how you get them into it. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.